So welcome to Digital Softics. In today's session, we will explain you about the difference between file and database approach. So before database concepts, we have saved the data in file management system. So let's differentiate between what are the differences between the database approach and file management system. So let's move on. So let's first explain about the file management system. A file processing system is a collection of programs that store and manage files in computer hard disks. Such as we have files in our computer, such as a video file, audio file, a picture file. So on other hand, a database management system is a collection of programs that enable to create and maintain database. File processing system has more data redundancy, less data redundancy in DBMS. So file processing system is a collection of programs that store and manage files in a computer hard disk, such as we have stored different kinds of files in our computer. So we store different kinds of information in these files and they are stored specifically on hard disks. We can just access them. On other hand, a database management system is a collection of programs that enables to create and maintain database. While in DBMS system we have a collection of programs so that manage our database and maintaining the data present in our database, and the whole collection of program called DBMS as we have explained earlier. So file processing system has more data redundancy, less data redundancy in DBMS. Redundancy means that a data is specifically stored in one place, so they are not duplicated. So in, for example, we have a student database, and for the student database we want to create a library card for the student, so we just access the student database and we get the information and make a card for the student. While in file processing system we have separate files for student and we have a separate file need to be stored in the library system and we can make the card. So data is duplicated many times manywhere, and that is why data is updated really very complication. So that is why we use a database management system or database which is managed by the DBMS. So what is database? So a database is organized collection of data generally stored and accessed electronically from a computer system. So database is a collection of programs that store the data in organized way, that easily to be added, to delete it and updated. And with the help of computer system we access easily them because we have a collection of programs in DBMS. So database help us to store our data in organized way. So where databases are complex, they are often developed using formal designs, modeling techniques. So database store our data in organized way. So that is why it need to be a very good system to model the data, to model the database design. So when we have a better database design, so we can store our data easily and we can easily access our data. So that is why database is not been a very easy task. It is a very complex system. So in this tutorial we will explain how we can model the database. So first we explain the database approach, which is the organized collection of a data. Hope you understand. So let's differentiate between file and database approach. So first point is the programs and data are interdependent. Interdependent means programs and data in database. So I have not clearly tell you about. So this is file system and this is the database system. So in file system the program and data are interdependent, means data is dependent, interdependent on each other. So that is why the data updation is really very complex. While in database system the program and data are independent of each other, means that I have programmed a DBMS program on the help of which I can access the data. So the DBMS program are not dependent on the data present, so they are independent of each other, they are not dependent. If I update my software of DBMS, so it doesn't affect my data, so that is why it is independent of each other. Second point is that the same data in different file may be different, that create inconsistency. Inconsistent means data duplications. So the same data is present in different kind of places. Like we have a student, and a student have a student file system, and we want to create our we want to make a library card for the student. So we need a student file for that, another student file for that library system, while in database it is not needed. So in the second, the data is not duplicated and appears only once. So we have a student database, and we want the library card for the student, so we access the student database and get the information and make the card for that. So that is why database approach is really very easy, and it helps us to easily access and retrieve and perform operations on the given data. So file approach is that it is less complex system. So it is less complex system because we have separate file, while database it is a very complex system. So it is complex system because we have thousands of records in one table or in one place, so we have to manage them in a better way. File management system provide us poor security, and data is widely spread. So in file, data is widely spread because we have a separate file for each kind of operation we need. While in database approach, it provides many procedures to maintain security. So security is a very big issue of data. So it's all about the database approach and the file management system. So file management system is a very poor management system. That is why we have introduced the database system, and database management system provide us a lot of advantages. So we can easily update the data, we can easily delete the data because data is presently on one place, while file system data is widely spread. So it's all about the uh, file and database approach. So we can conclude that database approach is really very easy, and it helpful for organization to easily update delete the data because data is present on one place. So it's all about the difference between file and database approach.